Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to my video. My name is Simon, aka Cubane, and this is my longer video about Puzzles and Conquest troop specialization. I just recorded the short. I'm not going to repeat the information there. As you can see, I am now in the troop formations setting page. I have 4 ranged heroes selected at the top. This is important. You want to have 4 ranged heroes to match your troop specialization. So, 4 heroes to match troop specialization. So for me it's ranged, so I want 4 ranged heroes. What heroes you want there? Basically your highest. So I have 3 plus 5 heroes. They are my main damage. Zeus gives good troop stats for his ability, for his level, and he's plus 3. I want him to be at least plus 4, hopefully plus 5 soon on this account. This is actually my 3rd castle, but I want to show you these stats over here. And your 5th hero can be either another ranged, which would possibly be, let me scroll down a bit, Garnet, for example. Garnet adds, as you can see, 8% on both attack and defense, but you can also select Medusa, for example, who adds more attack, but troop attack. Now, there is actually more I want to tell about the 5th hero, but I will do so in another video, which is I already recorded, and explaining what is the best 5th hero to use. So, as long as you have these 4 heroes, I mean, even your march with 4 heroes would be ideal, actually. As long as you have these plus 5, or better, as long as that's your goal and you try to achieve that goal, that's the most important. Let's see. Of course, the 3-star heroes are easier to bring to plus 5. As you can see here, my second 4-star Toke is only plus 1, and I'm not going to bother leveling him yet. I will eventually, but he will be in my secondary march. Actually, maybe he already is. Let's see that. He is. So these are the 4 ranged heroes. Actually, this is a troop hero as well. Yeah, so this account doesn't have any ranged heroes. It is ranged. These are troop heroes. I already added some troop heroes on this one because I just don't have any more ranged heroes. Yeah. So that's how you want to add. But if you look at the top there, you see the type of hero, ranged, ranged, ranged. Now the first one, it actually adds to my troop. It's Jumong. If I click him, it adds to my troop. So that's the troop bonus the hero gives. And I will go into heroes more specifically in a different video, but you want to fiddle around here to get the best damage. He doesn't give attack yet because he's not level 131. So it's not really that important that he's in here, but that's what I have planned for him. That's why he's in there. You can also have Medusa, because I don't have it on the main march. So, yeah. Let's see. I like the order to be 4 ranged. And then Yang is the troop hero to add there, because I just don't have a 5th one. As you can see, I have ranged heroes in this setup as well. My maximum march on this castle is 113,000, almost 114,000. So if I look at my tier 8, I have 142,000 in total. And so minus 113,000, I should end up with at least, actually it's not 30,000. Yeah, so I need to reduce that to 28,000. I think my march size went up recently and I didn't alter this. There we go. So now I have 100,000 tier 7 snipers and 28,000 sharpshooters in my secondary march. And that's so that my first march is full with 113,000 or 114,000 sharpshooters. And doing the math again in my head, Yeah, okay, this works, yes. So yeah, that's my secondary march, and whilst you're specializing, you have 2 march for your specialized march, and you want 1 counter march. So what that means is basically ranged counters cavalry, cavalry counters infantry, and infantry counters ranged. So infantry is my counter, and I need an army to get rid of infantry, basically, in case a castle or a unit type has a lot of infantry, and of course I will not succeed with my range then. So that will be my third match. My third march. I don't even have it named yet, and I don't have many units on this castle, as you can see. So I want to maximize the horses, the cavalry. Let me just turn down everything else for a second. Let's see, I have... Okay, I already have everything, even tier 1. I'm not going to do that. I don't like bringing tier 1 into my march. I actually don't like tier 3 either. Let's see what else I can do. Maybe I'll just leave it at this. I actually just want horses. As you can see, I have only almost 20,000 in a 114,000 almost march. So I need to work on this. This is my third march, but I'm still actually working on my first and second march. So it's not so important yet, but this is something that I will want to have possibly within the next month. Let's save that. Let's check the heroes. I put 5 cavalry in there. The last one, which is Skender, he is actually a troop hero. I could also put Medusa in here, or a better troop hero. But yeah, let's just keep one of these in there for now. It's not so important. Yeah, I don't know how these heroes will look like, what they will look like in a few weeks from now. And of course there's also Apollo, which is my 4-star cavalry, which I don't have in here. And there's also another 3-star, which is Dracula, which is +3, so actually it would probably be better in here. So let's just keep it like that. He's not giving any attack because he's level 70, the same with actually most of them. As you can see with the stats, I don't have any. Yeah, it doesn't increase my attack at all, because they're all level 70. So yeah, this is still a work in progress, but it's just an example. Mainly, this march is your most important march, and as I said, 4 heroes of the type of the unit, and then the 5th hero would be a troop hero, but I will explain that in a hero movie. What else can we say? I spoke about the type of unit in the short. I said that ranged is probably the best one for free to play because you get a lot of Zeus fragments. It is also the easiest to fill health forts with. So if anyone is running a health fortress and you want to support them, if they are ranged, of course you cannot send your ranged unless it's the same tier and relatively similar stats. Otherwise you will just increase the wounded. But for infantry and cavalry, you can always send your ranged, and it will reduce their wounded. So that is quite important. It's just so much easier to, especially in the start of a server, to help out and to see your own personal growth and to duo with people, and it's just a lot more fun if you can actually fill in the raids of your units. I see a lot of people in my alliance at the moment still that get slightly frustrated when they are not allowed to send their cavalry or infantry. And the reason is that they would just increase the wounded, and they were better off sending one then. And it's not as fun as that. Yeah, I can imagine that. So again, free to play, choose ranged. You see the stats of the ranged units in the middle of the screen here. There's a slider bar. Well, actually not a slider bar, but yeah, a bar with points in it. And you can see that the attack is halfway, defense is a quarter, heart's a little bit less, and speed is halfway. If you look at infantry, the attack is less, defense, health are more, and speed is about the same. And of course the speed of cavalry is higher, and the other stats are a bit in the middle, so I guess this is the more all-round unit. And yeah, ranged is the higher damage unit, and infantry is the one that will survive the longest. And that's also the way that most things work in this game. You have a certain, actually maybe it says here as well, right, so unit advantage. As I said already, infantry is the counter to ranged, range is the counter to cavalry, cavalry is the counter to infantry. The second line there at the top, it says infantry, cavalry, ranged, siege. That's the order of how units will get attacked in a march. So if you're in a Hell Fortress rally and the host is infantry, that will be the main unit that is going to get attacked. So you want to send cavalry and ranged, and then you will support the guy that's sending infantry. And let's see, what else can I share here? Right, so there's also a glory level button, if you can see. It has the exclamation mark at the top right. These are glory levels, and these buildings, so this one's highlighted at the top there, it's yellow, so the ranged barracks give me a ranged attack bonus. I can increase this one. Let's just increase it to level 20. There we go. And you want to specialize, of course, in your main specialization, but you also want to increase all the buildings a little bit. I haven't done that yet on this one. So it says own 12 buildings with glory level 8, and I have 11 of that. And I want to actually increase that now. So let's see. I saw a building at level 0. There we go. Siege factory. Let's increase that one to 8. Now we can select this again, and we can upgrade this, and we will do more damage and take less damage. So, win-win. Now let's see if we can specialize ranged a little bit more. I put this one on level 20 already. That's fine. I want to bring. Actually, let's bring troop attack. Where is that? This troop attack. Yeah, this one. Let's bring this one up to 10 as well. Cavalry, let's bring to 10 as well as the counter. What else can we do? I don't want to worry so much about the defense and HP. It's more the attack that I'm looking for. And I forgot which building actually does this. There is a... Is it this one? Right, so the troop attack. I want this one up as well. So let's just turn this one to 15 for now. Let's see, do I have more points? I don't think I'll have enough points to bring it to 20. No, I don't. So I'll just leave it at 15 for now. And let's increase these two to 12. So as you can see, I'm just increasing the attack because I'm ranged, and I will be joining people. And my attack is more important than my defense and my HP. And I actually feel that is that way also for soloing. My attack is more important. Okay, so yeah, that's how I specialized my ranged at the moment. So yeah, unit types, as you see at the bottom, they have different loads, they have different might. So your might score is, of course, for your overall might score. You can also see that the rations has changed, so it eats more than the tier 6, for example. Tier 8 eats more than tier 6. And at the bottom you see the resources required to train. So at the moment I'm trying to save on iron. As you can see, I'm very low. So actually what I do is I try to train my tier 3. And I don't think I've done the daily on this account yet. So I will do, actually I'll enter it 250, that's the daily. and lock that in and train it on tier 3 because it doesn't take any iron. And I'll do that for all the unit types. And that's a handy trick there for unit types. It's not so much specialization information, but it's a handy trick anyways, and whilst we're here, I'll show you that. And I do the same for catapults. There we go. And now why tier 3? Because when there's an event for training, you can upgrade the tier 3 to tier 8, and it's cheaper than upgrading tier 2 or tier 1. There's also different tricks like, and this is more advanced in the game, if you have all your marches set, training lots of tier 1 to use them as your main gathering troops. Speaking of which, let me send some. Actually, no, I won't. I'll do that in a second. So, what you can do is go to your wall, and go to your defense info, and when you look at boost details in the middle of there, just under my name, you will see your stats. So this is a small castle. I'm still learning the game. This is my sort of my third castle or second castle. I'm not too sure. I think I started them at the same time almost, but I don't always have time for 3 castles. So yeah, one gets caught behind the other regularly. As you can see, my ranged attack is highest. As you saw that I just increased it as well, is the one I focus on most. And then my cavalry attack will be secondary and my infantry attack tertiary. And my troop attack, of course, is something I want to focus on as well, but it's a hard stat to increase. So there's also stats from your alliance, from alliance research, which also goes towards this. Yeah, so you want to increase this and specialize, and if you have it's easier to increase one stat than increase every stat because it takes more resources basically. So as you see, my ring is highest because it gives me ranged attack, and I think my boots also give ranged attack. So that will be my secondary or my second item that I improve to a star or a 6-star. And the same goes for gems. You'll see that my ranged gems are all 1 or 6 stars, which is 1 red star. And yeah, I didn't even bother with my infantry, and my cavalry is 1 higher than my infantry. Sword gem, the same. Ranged is the highest. And basically what I want to do every time is just auto select, confirm I do this every day for my dailies, just get the ones that I'm already working on. Let's see, this one I'm not working on. This one I am not working on. So I'm guessing it will be a 2-star. There we go. Or +2, I mean. Increase this one. There we go. The gear. This will give me my 3 dailies. There we go. Okay, I have more dailies done. Yeah, so that's the specialization part. What else can we do in our castle? Yeah, I think everything else is more hero related. I will go over that in another video. I'm thinking, yeah, I think I covered everything by now. It's right. Sorry there. I always choose praise. By the way, you get more rune stones that way. Praise always gives rune stones. I think gift gives resources and talk gives XP for your Sorai, which is good as well, but I think runestones is more important because it helps to events as well. Here in your military skill you can also specialize, so you see my range is plus 33.6%, my ranged attack, just about the troop size, the level 16, and let's see, yeah, so at level 30 I will get troop attack. Over here, of course, there's nothing special, it's economy. I did actually go a bit wide. I'm still learning, and I think if I would do it again, I would probably just only pump into my specialized and then attack or troop size, those two, and just leave the rest be. It's just not that important to, for example, increase my ranged HP by 25 or 28%. It's not as important as troop size and ranged attacks. So I would just increase those two. And just as with economy skills, I would probably this one's not as important. I think it's okay to go wide, and this troop load is important to get more materials in one run. Build speed, of course, is important. I think iron gathering is probably the most important out of all the different types of resources. So I'll be increasing that one. I think the others are fine at level 10. It's fine, and it doesn't hurt me. March speed is also it's important because sometimes your march, if you go to some resource, it takes ages. Right, I shouldn't be in here. just showing you the specialization. And yeah, there we go. Now another thing, of course, is your Lord talents. So we go to military. If you look at the Lord talents all the way down, I took the range tree over this side, the right side. Then I took cavalry, because it's my secondary. Then I went ranged again on the left side. And I went down to, well, now I'm on ranged again. And yeah, I think what else can I increase here? The march cap, of course, is useful. And I think troop attack at the bottom. And these others, they're good too. It's just not as important as attack. So this is all specialization, and eventually, of course, I will try to get my cavalry up as secondary. But it's already increased a lot because it's you always have to choose between two. Yeah, I guess that's it. I didn't prepare this video all that well because I've been recording the events as they have been coming, but I felt that I needed to push out this video first because it's the basic. You want to specialize your unit. This is more important than Battle of Sornacia because this is the first thing you'll want to do, and this will help you in Battle of Sornacia, or performing in there at least, and performing everywhere in your hell fortresses, in just everywhere. Now, one thing I can show is no, I can't. I don't see anyone doing a rally. Basically, one of the rules in rallies that I like to remind people of is that if they are soloing and they are not asking for your help, just send one. I mentioned this at the start. It's sometimes annoying not being able to send your unit types to the rally because your specific unit types are will increase the wounded. So like if it's a cavalry rally and you want to send your cavalry, that's just sometimes not optimal, so they will ask you to send one or send you back even. The same if your rally isn't if your march isn't full. So if you're only sending 20,000 units, sometimes that can also screw with the wounded. The same if your tier is much lower than the host, that will also screw with the wounded. So people like to solo their march, solo the rally, and just have one unit be sent so that you can also get the rewards, but not increase his wounded or the host wounded or wounded, whatever. I think that's about it that I want to share in this video, because yeah, those are two important things that I need to share before I go on with all the videos. Alright guys, if you stayed this long, thanks. I'm sorry that I sometimes elaborate too much or drift off into another sector of the game. And thanks for bearing with me, and yeah, I'll try to increase my video output a little bit. And if you guys have any questions or you think you have something to correct in my information, then please do so. Just give a comment with any suggestions, and I will take it into account for my next videos. So I'm still learning in the game, but also as a content creator. I don't know if I should be calling myself that yet. I'm just creating videos and testing out if I like it. So thanks again, guys, and see you in my next video. Peace.